You don't know you're cheating.
You don't know.
I would say, because you actually lack the knowledge that you're doing said thing. For instance, let me put it to you this way. Let's say I think the best way you could relate this to is counting cards, right?
Sure.
Probably the best way, realistic scenario, is counting cards. Now, some people's brains naturally process information in a way that would cause them to count cards without them realizing that they do it.
Sure.
So they might not be counting cards, but it's just like, man, I feel like a high card's coming up next. Like it's almost like an intuition, they just know.
Sure,
and I feel like this luck, if you did not know, would just be an intuition. Now, if it was then at a point where it was known people have superpowers, and there was a way to tell if you have a superpower, so you could tell, like, hey, this guy has a superpower, and his superpower is lucky. If you're using that to your advantage, yes, it's cheating.
So where I stood on it was,
I don't even necessarily say that, like, hey, don't do it. That's up to you. But in terms of the term cheating, yes,
well, that's what I was saying. Well, that's where I differ from you, but I agree with you in a way. So in my point of view, and maybe if I say this, you'll see it the same way. Maybe not. We'll see. The way I see it is, at the end of the day, whether you're doing it on purpose or not, you're still cheating.
Yeah,
you're just not doing it intentionally. You're just not doing it intentionally. At the point that you know you have the power, you're doing it on purpose. So in my book, the only difference between not knowing you're doing it and doing it, or knowing you're doing it, isn't that you're cheating, but your morality behind it. If you don't know, you shouldn't feel bad that you're doing it, but you are still doing it.
Well, so at that point, it more so define, like, what is your definition of cheating? Because if you're like
doing something to gain an unfair advantage.
Well, that's the thing. You would have to actively be doing that thing. If you don't know that it's just happening to you, because you're not doing it, you're not forcefully.
Okay, but then look at it in a different power sense. Look at it in a different power sense. If your emotions controlled the weather, just because you don't know you're controlling the weather, you're still responsible for what's happening outside. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean you're still not doing it.
Well, okay, but that would be the distinguishing factor between whether or not you're a supervillain and a person that does not understand their powers.
Sure, and that's why I said knowing you're doing it is a morality thing.
Like the cheating thing would equate to being a supervillain with the weather thing. Not knowing it,
you're still doing it. You're just not doing it on purpose.
Okay,
but that would then make the distinction between, let's say it was a horrific event. That would make the distinction between murder and manslaughter.
Well, but at the end of the day, let's say if you commit a crime not knowing it's illegal, you still committed the crime. A lack of knowledge does not excuse what you've done.
Said that earlier.
Ugh, it's fucking Dwight.
It is Dwight.
Leave this hipster guy out of it. He's trying to run. I hate his look.
What is his shirt?
I'm at 53% copying.
Yeah, well, you should be good by the next game. But yeah, like in my eyes, if you don't know something's a crime but you still do it, you still committed the crime. You can still be punished for said crime despite your lack of knowledge.
Where did this conversation come from?
A conversation I had with Unc last night. Unc and I were talking about superpowers and what superpowers you would take and stuff like that. And at some point, he said how, like, he just feels like a lucky person and he doesn't think that'd be, like, a bad power if he just had, like, probability manipulation. Because he could go to a casino and clean up. And I'm like, Unc, that's cheating. That's morally wrong. And he's like, it's not cheating. I'm just using my power to the best of its ability. I'm like, it's still cheating. He's like, all right, what if I don't know? I still think it's cheating.
Then at that point, I mean, based off of what he just said, he wouldn't have probability manipulation.
Yeah.
Probability manipulation would mean it can go up and down. You would have to control that, which means But if you had something to where like things
then we switched it to he switched it to like he even used the example. He's like domino, where you're just inherently lucky. That's not cheating. Yeah, it is. You're still cheating. You're still using something you have that other people don't to have an unfair advantage.
Yeah, but what if you can't control the fact that
then you shouldn't be gambling.
Well, I know, like doing certain activities, like yeah, you shouldn't do that. But like, what happened? What would you say?
It's the Incredibles. Just because you have these powers, like it means you can't do certain things because you have an unfair advantage.
That's why Dash isn't
like he's not supposed to participate in sports, and then when they let him, he eases up to lose because he knows he can win. But like in my eyes, just because you don't like if you don't know you're super strong and you enter a weightlifting competition and you win, you still won because of your super strength. It's not fair. You not knowing means you shouldn't feel bad about it. But you still won because of your ability.
I think it's...
Yeah.
Can't tell what it is, but it's definitely a creature with long-ass arms.
Then it's either the Demogorgon or the Hag.
I don't like this.
Their match has started. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like this.
But that's why in my eyes I think that even if you don't know you have this inherent luck on your side, you would still be cheating. You're just not doing it with ill intent. You're not doing it like you're not trying to be a cheater, but at the end of the day, you are.
Come on.
I think I would phrase it more as.
Oh, it's Demogorgon.
You are not cheating, as far as you know. But
you're unintentionally cheating.
To an outside public, they would view you as cheating. It's about perception at that point, in my mind. Because if you don't know, you can't view yourself as cheating. But if someone else was to like know, because it's more of a like, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing I would say. I've played a game before where I didn't have full understanding of the rules. I won, and then afterwards I found out I shouldn't have. And I was like, oh, well, oops, I fucking cheated my way to victory on that one then. Oh, well.
Does anyone have eyes on the Demogorgon?
No.
Oh, I see it. It's
and then I live and learn from it. But, like, when I didn't know, I shouldn't feel bad about it. I shouldn't be ridiculed for it. But at the end of the day, I still cheated. I just didn't know I was cheating. I didn't know I was, so I shouldn't be, like, looked at as a cheater for it. But I was cheating, at the end of the day. And it's a weird situation, but at the end of the day, like, I think that's how it would work. And that's why I asked, because Unk said wholeheartedly it's not cheating, even if you know it's not cheating. And I'm like, you are absolutely cheating if you know. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you know about it, you're definitely cheating. There's no question. You're cheating. This is a matter of whether or not you care.
Yeah, you make that portal, bitch.
I don't like that.
So gross.
I guess I'll look for a gen over here. Oh, there's one.
And at that point, it's a matter of how far are you willing to let your cheating go.
Right.
Finishing another gen.
Are you willing to let it affect other people? Like,
don't go forward. Do not go straight. That's where the monster is.
Did you see that, Brett?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Well, it's okay. Monster's not real.
Unless it is, then please be terrified, because I
will say you're real close to the Demogorgon, though.
Oh, there's a totem. Well, it's okay.
Are you talking the part where he went underground and you just walked up to him as he did it?
Maybe.
Is that what you were referring to?
No, I was referring to the fact that he didn't try and do anything to me, but that was pretty great too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Once he commits to going underground, he can't stop himself.
He sealed the portal.
I'm gonna say this is his first game as Demogorgon.
Alright, oh shit. I was gonna, do that, portal, but I saw him. Feel it. Bitch.
Daniel. You're playing one heck of a game over there.
Fuck! I almost had it, sealed. And then they came through it.
You like that, Brett?
Bro.
You like that, Brett?
Bro.
Oh, there's a totem.
Fuck. Only he'll come forward. This
Where
just
is
sounds
he?
like disrespect.
Oh, he's with Daniel. No. 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 There's no way.
Did he portal out?
Alright. He's on you now, right? He's got. He has to be.
Brett!
No. No. Yo.
Disrespectful. He is
What is
disrespectful.
this?
I keep trying to steal his fucking portal.
What the fuck? Oh, I can't believe I just watched that shit.
I'm a fucking legend, bro.
What are you guys doing?
Oh man, he somehow has evaded detection from this Demogorgon so much. All right, he has to be on you now.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna go open it.
You are shitting me. This Demogorgon can't find Daniel. It doesn't make any fucking sense. He's been near Daniel, what is this, 4 or 5 times?
Door's almost open.
Cool.
Holy shit. Did the Demogorgon open that door?
This shit. Now I wait.
Daniel, don't you do what I think you're about to do.
Do it. Be disrespectful as
Don't
fuck.
do it.
What are you gonna do?
Some hurtful shit.
Well,
Scared.
he's following the killer. I think he's about to try to make friends with it.
I would
Or
say this
he's-
is his first game.
Or
and
he's just fucking with the killer. I don't know. He is just hardcore following the killer. You've got to be shitting me. Daniel.
This is disrespectful.
Daniel. He followed the killer around half the map. Killer goes underground, now he's destroying the portal. Yo.
That was.
Yes.
Where the fuck did that guy just go?
Fuck?
He fucked up.
Daniel.
No, he's still here. No, he's not.
Daniel.
Yeah, he just disappeared from right in front of me. No, he was right here, and he went whoosh.
How many of these?
I don't know.
How many of these seals are you going to do?
What the
I'm out of time. I gotta leave on that one, but that was fantastic.
Why are you twisted like that? Why is your back broken?
Let's go. We gotta get out of here.
Flexible for an old man.
Your back
Oh my
looked like it was fucking
I will say
twisted.
my game is done.
Okay.
Updating.
I'll send you an invite.
I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Oh my god, Brett, I'm in tears, bro.
That was done.
I'm so
That
glad
was
you
done.
got to watch that entire round.
Fuck that.
Oh
All I
my.
heard was disrespect. All I heard.
Oh, poor killer.
It was his first game, maybe?
No, it's not his first. He's like, 17.